Verse by verse meditations. Genesis chapter 10. Genesis chapter 10, verse 18. And the Arvadite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamathite, and afterward were the families of the Canaanites spread abroad. As we look at these three of the 11 peoples that came from the loins of Canaan, we can see where they were likely to have settled in the region along the East Mediterranean coast. This map shows all 11 of his sons. As we can see, these three also settled in the land of Phoenicia, the country that we now call Lebanon. These three people groups would not have been affected directly through the conquest of Joshua, but they would more than likely have not been pleased to see their brethren dispossessed. When we use the word dispossess, we're not saying that these peoples were eliminated from the region. We are saying that the Canaanites no longer ruled the promised land. As we look at these verses that we find here in Joshua 17 and 12, yet the children of Manasseh could not drive out the inhabitants of these cities. Judges 1 and 19. And the Lord was with Judah, and he drove out the inhabitants of the mountain, but could not drive out. Judges 1:21. And the children of Benjamin did not drive out the Jebusites. Judges 1:27. Neither did Manasseh drive out the inhabitants of Beth-shean and her towns. Judges 1:29. Neither did Ephraim drive out the Canaanites that dwelt in Gezer. Judges 1:30. Neither did Zebulun drive out the inhabitants of Kitron. Judges 1:31. Neither did Asher drive out the inhabitants of Akko. Judges 1:33. Neither did Naphtali drive out the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh. As we read Israel's history, we must be fully aware that the Canaanites still lived in the land while they ruled it. In 2 Chronicles chapter 2 and verse 17, and Solomon numbered all the strangers that were in the land of Israel, after the numbering wherewith David his father had numbered them. And they were found 150,000 and 3,600. In 1 Kings chapter 9 verse 21, their children that were left after them in the land, whom the children of Israel also were not able utterly to destroy. Upon those did Solomon levy a tribute of bondservice unto this day. These peoples were still around and gained a measure of strength when the children of Judah returned from captivity. In Ezra chapter 4 and verse 4, then the people of the land weakened the hands of the people of Judah and troubled them in building. The children of Canaan were the first rulers of the promised land until they were conquered by the children of God. The flesh first ruled our lives until we were born of the Spirit. In Galatians chapter 5 and verse 17, for the flesh lusted against the Spirit, and the Spirit against the flesh, and these are contrary the one to the other, so that ye cannot do the things that ye would. When the children of God turned their backs on God, the original rulers would take over. When we, who are the children of God, when we turn our backs on God, the flesh will rule our lives. In Galatians chapter 5 and verse 16, this I say then, walk in the Spirit, and ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.